At last, my face is complete again. Hello, dear viewers. Today is St. Andrew's Day, the patron saint of Scotland and apparently a bunch of other countries. But Scotland's the one I care about, considering that's a large part of my heritage. That and the Germans and the whole Jewish bit. The thing is, I can't really acknowledge one side over the other because the Scots are on my mom's side, the German Jews are on my dad's side, and mom and dad don't like each other very much. And so it depends on which house I'm in, which side I support more. And of course, when I'm here at university, it's more a case of, oh, it's St. Andrew's Day, I think I'll be Scottish, or, oh, it's Oktoberfest, I'm German. Of course, some people insist I pick a side, and they go, I'm not gonna. Anyway, today is St. Andrew's Day, and I'm going to be an amateur historian here and explain the purpose behind many Scottish inventions. Of course, the entire purpose of being Scottish is to kill the English, when you're not busy killing each other for killing one of your ancestors in a church. The fact is the Scots are so busy fighting each other most of the time that they're easy to take off, that the occupation wasn't too hard to pull off. However, God help you if you attack Scotland, because they go, hey, wait a sec, that guy's more of a git than the clan next door, so then you get the claymores out and start fighting. And that brings me to the first Scottish invention, the claymore, which is a superior sword to English swords in every single way. It can in fact cut horses and anvils in half, which is better than English swords, which can only cut cushions in half. Then of course there are bagpipes and haggis, a very interesting duo, both of which serve largely the same purpose to a different sense. That is to say, sight, smell, blah, 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 blah. Any true Scot will love the sound of bagpipes, and will enjoy eating haggis, which is yummy stuff, believe me. On the other hand, any Englishman will run screaming from bagpipes because they're, quote, loud and cacophonous. I'm not entirely sure how this works out. And he'll go, ugh, haggis, you mean you actually eat that? You go, yeah, it's yummy. No, it's not. It's a sheep's stomach stuffed with meat and barley. And liver and a bit of heart, apparently. Yummy stuff, but try telling that to the English. Fine. Now, of course, the kilt. A traditional Scottish clothing. It is a kilt, not a skirt. That's that. Now, obviously, when men wear a kilt, the kilts are long, about knee length and pleated, so you don't actually need to wear underwear. Most of them don't. And then, of course, comes the important part. This is how you don't actually kill the English, make it easier to kill the English. That's the other purpose of Scottish inventions, is to make it easier to kill the English if you don't actually smack them with it outright. What you do with kilts is, when you're in battle, when you're about to charge at each other, you moon the enemy, of course, demoralizing them. Or you lift the front side and go, ha-ha, we're Scots and have bigger wangs than you. And you go, oh, crap, we're in trouble. And then, of course, there was the Highland Games, which are a great invention, as they trained Scots to kill the English without swords. Because apparently when England occupied Scotland, they said, right, you're not allowed to war weapons. What? I'll come out a sword. What if burglars come around? What burglars? Live in a thatched house. There's nothing worth stealing. I have a jug. Okay, maybe you can have a sword. No, wait, of course you can't. We're occupiers. We're mean English people. So they're like, fine, we're going to get really good at throwing rocks. So you have the shot put and the hammer toss and blah, 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 blah. And you throw these enormous boulders at things. Or you throw, like, apparently a 40-kilo weight on the end of a long chain. 40 kilos? That can't be right. 20-kilo weight on the end of a long chain, and you swing it round and round and round. If you do it wrong, it rips the skin of your hands off, and if you do it right, it puts a clean dent in the Englishman's helmet, followed shortly by putting a clean dent in the Englishman's skull. So, good stuff there. And of course, the caber toss, which is one of the few things from Highland Games that didn't make it into track and field for some strange reason. Anyway, what you do is you take an extremely long telephone pole. We're talking roughly the dimensions of a telephone pole, maybe a bit shorter and a bit narrower, but it looks like a telephone pole, alright? It's about as big around as your head at least, and twice as tall, about 3 times as tall as me, about twice as tall as Max Thompson for those of you that know him. And what you do is you have to make it flip end over end and land in a neat straight line in order to cross the moats to get at English castles, so that you could of course kill them, because that's what English are for, is getting killed, especially by Scots. Right. Porridge, another great Scottish invention. Porridge is used to keep you nice and strong and, of course, make it easier to kill the English. And, of course, you can, when you're not making oats into porridge, you make them into haggis. Yummy. Wait, and barley. Oats and barley. And, of course, if all else fails and you're out of rocks to throw at them, you're out of telephone poles to throw at them, and you don't have a claymore, you can just throw the porridge at them and it'll skull them most of the time. Ha 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 ha. Now, Uzis, another great Scottish invention, a more modern one, mind you. Are used to kill the English in modern times because, well, it's fine to have claymores and all that, but when they can kill you at a distance, you kind of need to catch up, so the Scots invented the Uzi. Also invented the steam engine. Watt was a Scotsman, and of course the steam engine makes it easier to get at the English to kill them, or run them over, because that's what they're for. Well, they're just for generally being killed, aren't they?